Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be another tier list video. This tier is called Ranking Crash Bandicoot Characters by Power Level. I've never really been one to think about power levels of Crash Bandicoot characters, but here we go. I'm just going to jump into it. If this is your first time coming to the channel, we release Crash Bandicoot content every weekend. We discuss lore, theories, news, we do tier lists every now and then. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, maybe consider subscribing. With that all said, let's just jump into it. So power levels and Crash Bandicoot. I'm not sure how I would do most of these because most of these characters require additional weaponry or technology in order to be gauged properly. Like Crash himself, without his bazooka, without his superpowers like his double jump, his tornado spin, his crash dash, all that. I mean, he is the hero of the franchise, so I'm going to put him up to... He would have to be at least B tier, so monstrous. And then, I don't know why they have these characters all mixed up like this, but I'll just do it as they have them. Akano here, he's a quantum mask, but honestly, as far as other quantum masks go, he's pretty trashed here. So I will put him on. We'll give him a decent. And then we have Aku. Aku can go golden and be invincible. He can also teleport. He's a wise fellow. Look at this. They don't even have the full image of him. We're going to put him up there along with Crash. Then we've got Baby T. He's just literally a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So if you were to walk up to a Tyrannosaurus Rex, would you be afraid? I would. I'd put him up as a major threat. He might rip off my face. And you know what? I'm going to go out of order. I lied. So we're going to have Uka, and we're going to put him, he's going to be our first destroyer because he wants to destroy the planet. He has pretty much the exact same abilities as Aku. We've never seen him go golden, but he does have invincibility while he is in Crash Twinsanity on Cortex's side. So I'd put him up as a destroyer. And then I'm going to also put Kapunawa up there because she has time control power. She can freeze time. That's a pretty broken ability. Since we're jumping around still, we'll grab Ika, and I will put him... He'll also go up in the destroyer because he can flip gravity. That's pretty broken. You can make your enemy or foe weightless, and they can just fly up into space and get burned into the sun. Lonnie Loli, he has a unique ability, but he's a coward, so I'll put him in the decent. He can phase in and out. Coco's a genius. She created the virtual hub, which is almost exactly the same as the Time Twister machine. I don't like how it's cutting off their heads and stuff. The person who made this is not that good. Excuse me, back to Coco. She's just brilliant. And because we know she was trained by N.Gin, I'm actually going to put them at the same, even though as the series progressed, N.Gin became kind of like a goofball character. But he has the giant mechs, and he's flying in space. He can blow stuff up. I think, realistically, he would be a destroyer along with Coco. And then that brings Cortex. Cortex is also a destroyer, easily. He has invented the, what's it called? The Psychotron. He could go to different dimensions. I just realized that the Bandicam is probably going to be covering the top tier. Let's see if I can change that a little bit. Maybe that'll make it better. What was I saying? Cortex, he created the Psychotron. I know he didn't create the Evolvo Ray, he just perfected it. So he's a destroyer easily. Crash just wins because of plot armor, honestly. Polar and Pura, I love them dearly, but they are just animals. Their power level is very low in my opinion, so we'll put them, it's not nice to say trash, but they're trash. They're farmer with a shotgun level. Tiny, monstrous. If he had remotely any brain power whatsoever, he would be very dangerous. He is a giant brute. We'll just put him as a major threat because he's not smart. And Koala Kong will go right next to him because they're very similar character-wise. Fake Crash, sorry buddy, you are trash. Trash Bandicoot, that's what his original name was. Okay, let's move on. We got Crunch here. Crunch Boy. Crunch did a bunch when it came to infusing himself with the power of the elementals, but ever since then he has done absolutely nothing. He was frozen in the Radical games. He was an enemy in the Radical games. He was an enemy in the original Crash Wrath of Cortex. He was mind controlled and in trance. I think the only thing that he has done to help out for the heroes is he's collected some gem shards in Crash Bandicoot 2 in Trance in the hamster ball levels. He is by far the weakest of the heroes, in my opinion. Komodo Mo and Komodo Joe, they sling swords. I'm going to give them a decent. I'd still put these three above them. Eggopus, I call him Eggopus. Baby T, Tiny, and Koala Kong. Okay, then we're going to move on here. We've got Nina Cortex. If I came across Nina, I'd be afraid. Crunch me with those hands. Okay. Embryo. We'll give him monstrous because he's got the brains, and then when he drinks his potion, he's got the bronze too. So I'll give him a monstrous. He's above the major threats of these two, and he's a monstrous. Then we've got Papu. Sorry, sir. You're just a big fat dude with a stick. He does have the, you know what? I take that back. I will give him a decent because he can create voodoo clones of Crash in Crash Bash. And he has durability because he was crushed by a giant block and he survived. So we'll give him a decent. We wouldn't put him in trash. Ripperoo. I'm biased towards Ripperoo. Ripperoo is one of my favorite characters, but nothing can stop this guy. He's driving with his feet. He's surviving explosions. We're going to give him monstrous. He's just up there with Crash. You know what? We'll put it like that. And we're going to put it like this. Boom, boom. Actually, Kapunawal goes there. There, I think that's pretty good. And then these are all trash and decents. Okay, Tropy, he's going up here. We'll put him. I think he's actually more dangerous than Uka Uka because if there was actual plot, like if he wanted to end the world, he could go back in time and kill everyone and anything. But because it's a video game franchise and you don't want to just end the series, they don't do that. I guess they call it plot-induced stupidity. The Headless Pinstripe. We'll put him up there with his Tommy gun. Dingo Dial. Monstrous. He'll toast us good. Then we got Oxide. He could have destroyed the whole planet, so he's up there. And then Headless Tana. Sorry, darling, you didn't do anything. And the only thing you've done is driven a cart, so I can't give you much for that. And then we've got alternate Tana, who I call alternate. We'll give her a decent. So that's my tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any complaints, let me know in the comment section what you think I should have changed. That's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. You take care. Have a great night.